What's up guys, Draco here. I would do something with puppets, but I'm not a puppeteer. And this is Draco's random thoughts about puppets. Because, why not? Because I was just reminiscing about the past. Well, not reminiscing, but like, I was thinking somewhat about the past. And I was remembering some of my old fears. One of which is puppets. It's probably the biggest fear I've ever had, and hopefully the biggest fear I ever will have. Yeah, I used to be scared of a lot of stuff. I used to be scared of the dark, which I'm now fine with. Spiders, which I now love. Puppets, which still somewhat unnerve me, but they're mostly fine. Like, I can't deal with horror because I get scared easily, but like, anything that I'm realistically going to encounter in my daily life, I'm like fine with now. And like, I feel like I don't need to be like fearless when it comes to like horror and stuff, because it's like, I don't encounter that in my daily life. I can just choose to not watch horror. Whereas in comparison, something like spiders, I can't choose to not encounter a spider. In fact, that's why I got over my fear of spiders, because I was, like, I used to be terrified of them, but there's just so many in my room, and I'm like, oh, whatever. Anyway. Yeah, puppets are cool-ish. Like, I like the idea of controlling. I especially like it in, like, media, like fantasy and stuff. The idea of, like, a puppet villain who's, like, controlling them behind the screen and stuff. Or not just, like, especially when it's, like, an actual power. Or even just, like, since I watch a lot of anime, if it's, like, just drawn in as if it's strings. It's, like, very good, like, artistic design. And, like, it's very interesting imagery, as well as, like, I also think strings and like make people puppets is an awesome power, like Abel and Mashal and stuff. Like, yeah, I don't know. I think the idea of just like control, it also builds a lot of tension and stuff. Where it's like you genuinely don't know if someone's gonna be good or bad, because like they could be getting controlled, or they could just be evil, or it could be a good guy who gets controlled. You know, in Dragon Ball, it doesn't make sense how like the good guy's getting controlled, and then like Goku just beats up that guy. It's like, how about you beat up the guy who's controlling him? Stuff like that. I think that's a lot of anime, but Dragon Ball's the first one to come to mind. Does that happen in Dragon Ball? I feel like it does, but I might be making that up completely. I can't remember. Anyway, yeah, I don't know. Yeah, I don't know. I don't even know what I was thinking about the past. I feel like it's just, I'm only 17, but like, that is the age where you actually have functioning memories. Like, I don't, like, when I was younger, I didn't have, like, I was learning everything for the first time. Now I'm, like, older, I can be like, oh yeah, I remember doing that. It's also, it sucks not being the youngest generation now. Because now I look at other people and it's like, oh, I remember you when you were 2 years old. Oh wait, now you're like 8 or 9. And it's like I used to remember when it's like, oh, every time I know someone's a baby, they're still a baby. Because I'm, what, 7 or 8 years old at that time. So it's like, people can't age that much. But now I'm like, great, people are actually growing older. Like, I feel like when COVID struck, I just was like, okay, I'm just gonna imagine those years didn't exist. So I'm still stuck in, like, that time of, like, what was that, 2021? I'm like, oh yeah, it's 2021. I'm like, no, it's not. It's been 4 years. I'm like, oh, great. Was it even, I feel like it was earlier than that. I can't remember. No, it would have been earlier than that. Oh, anyway, you guys probably know. I'm probably an idiot here in the minority. You also have Google. You can just Google a number. So yeah. But I don't know, I also think that, like, when you see, like, puppets done well, and people can control them, like, efficiently, with, I don't know what the thing's called, the, like, wooden thingamajig that controls the strings, but it looks cool. Like, it's really impressive. I can't do that, because I've never tried. Like, I think I've tried like twice. So like, I don't have the experience to just be like, oh yeah, I can do this, because I just haven't like practiced. I don't particularly want to do what I'm just saying it's impressive when people do. Like, it's a big thing that I think is like, I will admit a lot of stuff is impressive, doesn't mean I want to do it. Like, I feel like that's dumb. People in just modern society don't really let people just like be happy. It's like, oh, why are you being happy doing that hobby? This hobby's so much better. It's like, bro, it's not a competition. If you're happy doing something, and that's not my problem, as long as that like action doesn't like inflict pain on someone else. If it's just a personal thing, it's like, I don't really care. You might be really good at, I don't know, balancing a seal plushie on your nose. I can't do that, but if you could, I'd be like, I'm surprised that you chose that skill, but it's pretty cool. I wouldn't go like, that's such a stupid skill, learn piano instead. I'd be like, oh, no, if you're happy, you get it. I also think that a lot of people are like, oh, this is a waste of time, you shouldn't do this. And like, I think anything that makes you happier, you can't really say is a waste of time. Now, people will be like, oh, scrolling on social media and stuff, but like, I really should, because I don't know if it's just me, but I feel like when I scroll on Instagram for like 2 hours, I'm not really happy. I'm just like, oh, whatever. And then I finish, I'm like, oh, I hated that. Why did I do that? Compared to if I play a game that I really enjoy, play that for 2 hours, and I'll be like, oh, that was fun. If I play the guitar for a bit, I'll be like, oh, that was fun. I actually enjoy the activity, so I don't think they're a waste. I do think scrolling on Instagram and stuff like that, TikTok, whatever, is a waste. I don't have TikTok because I know I'd get addicted. I agree it's a waste, but I also question the idea of, is it actually fun? Like, does anyone actually enjoy scrolling for 2 hours? Or do they just want to do it to kill time because they, like, don't like the thought of their own voice to their head? Because I feel like that is probably what I do. And I also just hate being bored. So I'm like, oh, great, I don't want to think, I just want to have instant dopamine, and I scroll for 2 hours, and it's like, actually, you never have the thought of, let me scroll for 2 hours. You think, I'm going to scroll for a bit, and then you're like, okay, I don't have anything to do, keep doing it. So, that's why I'm like, that's why another reason my hobbies are so important. Like, something like a guitar, which I can just do at any time. Because I scroll on Instagram way less now that I've started doing the guitar more. And it's just like, because I feel like once you get a hobby that you enjoy and is always accessible, you realise that, like, stuff like this, like scrolling on Instagram, I keep using Instagram, that's just what I do. I'm not saying it's worse than any of the others, like YouTube Shorts, TikTok, all of it's just as bad. It's just like, let me just do this that I would rather do. The only thing is, a lot of hobbies, like, a lot of people are into football, for example, you have to go outside for that, whereas you can just do it from the comfort of your own home. Having a guitar just in my room, if I'm in my room, I'm always going to choose guitar over Instagram unless I'm really tired and just can't bother to think. And I think if someone was into puppets, that'd be the same. They could just use the puppets for, like, chilling. They'd be like, oh, let me get better at that. I've seen loads of people do stuff like card tricks, which is similar, like hand control, sleight of hand stuff. I don't know if it's similar. I've never done either successfully, like, properly. Like, each of them are things that, like, I've looked at for, like, an hour and been like, oh, that's kind of cool, and then just moved on with my life. So, sorry if that's a horrible comparison, but yeah. I think anything that, if you can do it from the comfort of your own, like, home, without, like, if you almost always have it on you, that is, like, a hobby, and that's great, because you'll always want to do that more, because it's just actually enjoyable. So yeah, this has hardly been about puppets, but, you know, I think it was still somewhat interesting. I did mention puppets a bit. But anyway, thanks for watching. Get a hobby if you don't have one. And if you do have a hobby, do it, because it's good for you and it's pretty fun. Slay!